Crazy Postman here. I wanted to do just a wintertime benchmark here in the En Route with the Postman series. I haven't done one in a while, and we got a little snow falling today, so I'm just going to see how Autopilot handles here in the snow and see what the consumption numbers are for the return to and from trip on my normal loop that I have here. We got a sand truck up here that I'm gonna have to go past. I'm not real happy about that. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna hold on to the wheel. Oh man, we got blinkers on one side and a sand truck on the other. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was horrible. I mean, cracks in my windshield. I guess I deserve that. But I got 40 miles to go. There's no way I'm traveling 40 mile an hour behind that guy. Anyway, so I wanted to just put a wintertime benchmark here on these numbers, and we're gonna see how Autopilot handles in the snow. Now it's not really snowing that hard, and okay. Autopilot just gave out. Alright. Well, that's interesting here. Front radar visibility. What? It's barely snowing. It's not even sticking to the ground in most places. Oop. The heck? Well, it looks like that lasted. I left the house 6 miles ago. It didn't even last 6 miles. So the grade for En Route with the Postman today is going to be a big fat F, because I can't even go into Autopilot. How's full self-driving supposed to work on days where it's just barely lightly snowing? Well, I'll check back in with y'all if I can get the Autopilot working. Say it's not even snowing that much. It's just kind of blowing around. Maybe at one of the overpasses, I'll stop and see if I can clean off the radar. I thought it was supposed to be heated. So this is a little crazy. You either got the traffic aware cruise or the Autopilot, and neither of those are working right now. So I'm having to maintain my own speed like it's 2005 here. I feel like I've went back in time. Oh my. Maybe it's snowing harder than I thought. Now, I don't exactly know where the radar is. It's somewhere in front of the vehicle, logic would tell me. So I'm just gonna clean it all off. Alright y'all, we're back on the highway. We got Autopilot re-enabled. One positive out of that, when I passed that sand truck earlier, maybe it patted some of those rocks that hit the front of my car. Yowzer, I wished I hadn't have done that. But we'll get back on the road and I will update again if anything crazy happens. I got reduced front radar visibility again. So that didn't last very long. I'm 35 miles in right now. So I guess we've got another ½ inch of snow on the bumper again. I just don't understand how this is going to be viable for self-driving. If this car is supposed to have all the hardware it needs for full self-driving, and it disables the system if radar's not available, then this cannot be full self-driving. It just can't. But for it to disable everything, I just don't think that's the way for full self-driving. But we'll see. I'm almost to the end of this leg. It's about 40 miles one way, and I'll get to my destination, and in a few hours I'll do the return trip. Let's get out real quick and see what's causing the radar to quit working. Yeah, we got a nice fresh pile of snow. I'm back in the car now, headed on my way back home. Just started here. Let me spin you around here. You can see what we're looking at here. We got 435 watt hours per mile. You can see that it's not really snowing that hard, but it seems like the radar only lasts maybe 10 minutes. So we'll see how long the radar lasts on the way home. The snow might be slightly less than it was this morning, but evidently the radar is supposed to be heated, but I don't know if there's something I have to turn on in the car or what. But this morning it only lasted just a few miles before it disabled. And then I stopped and cleaned off the bumper, and then it went a few more miles down the road and then disabled again. Let me get on down the road, and I will check back in with y'all if anything worth updating happens. That guy just spun out. Oh no. I mean, he wasn't rolled or anything, so I don't think he needs help. And it doesn't look like he's stuck. But he did take out some signage. There's no snow currently falling. There is snow on the tippy top of that mountain over there. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. We don't get to see a lot of snow around here. Sorry, I get excited over kind of mundane things when it comes to snow. But no snow currently, and it actually stopped pretty much right after I finished filming earlier. No more snow. I haven't had any problems with Autopilot yet. Let's spin that, or take off this wide angle lens and spin this around. See if y'all can see that. Probably not. Alright guys, we're getting here at the end. I got 79.5 miles, 34 kilowatt hours used at 422 watt hours per mile. Let me show y'all. We'll finish this up when I get in the driveway, but this is really close to the end here. Alright guys, I made it back to the driveway. So on this edition of En Route with the Postman, I am going to give the Tesla Autopilot a D-. And that's because, wintertime happens, especially for most of the country. Here in southwest Oklahoma, it doesn't happen very many times a year. And in Southern California, it doesn't happen very much either. But for the rest of the country, winter happens. And the Tesla has to be able to handle situations with snow. Like today, I was only able to drive maybe 6 miles before Autopilot aborted. And I cleaned it off and maybe 6 miles more. That's not acceptable. I don't think the radar should be a point of failure. I think it should be used for supplemental information, but this camera should be capable of driving just off the visual sensors. The cameras were never blocked. They were fine, just the radar was blocked, and yet I still didn't have cruise control or autopilot. But the final numbers for today's trip, they were a little bit on the bad side. Let's get down here. 83 miles, 35 kilowatt hours used, and 417 watt hours per mile. And we got home with 33% battery. In the summertime last year, when this car was new, I could make this trip back with 55% battery pretty easily. We're using a lot more juice now, and my car has 6-point-something% degradation in the battery. So it's really affecting that total range there, as you can see, 33%. Well, anyway, thanks for watching this edition of En Route with the Postman. It did make a D- today. There is a lot of room for improvement, especially with the radar systems when it comes to winter weather. But thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. When I disabled autopilot to go around that DOT truck, now I got reduced front and I will see you in the next one.
NWS Norman says event canceled. Winter weather advisory from December 13th, 2022, 41 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Altus
https://inws.nsa.noaa.gov/a/.php??5225739.
Whew.
That was a long URL.